Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host, and very good friend, is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island Australia Series 4, episodes 21 through to 24. Now, Chris, where would you like to start this week?
Well, Dave, we started off in this episode, the first episode of the week, with Al and Jess going in the hideaway. And, you know, Jess is there looking all sexy. He's got the gear on and everything and, you know, really going to town. Al comes in some fucking boxers again and a dog collar, Dave, and starts acting like a dog. And I'm just like, Al, he's fucking useless, Dave, isn't he? Like, he's useless at seeing any signals. And I mean, I know we'll talk about Jess because I do not like Jess at all, but yeah. I'm like, she's doing it. She's going out on a limb here, Al, and I've questioned a lot of the guys, man. I don't know how I'd be if I was in that situation, so I can't really say anything, but the dog collar bit, and she's like, barking at her feet, and I'm just like, oh, well, Al, that's definitely going to turn her on in the fucking hideaway. I don't know. He just makes me laugh, Al. He's more for like entertaining the boys than he is fucking Jess at times.
Yeah. I thought at least he was making some kind of effort. Now, I didn't get the whole dog thing. Maybe so he was dressing up. Like you say, he puts on boxers, but weren't they like, they look like leather pants or something for me. It's a bit of a, BDSM sort of thing, He's got leather pants on. He must be sweating his bollocks off, Ross style. And then the old studded dog collar kind of thing. It looked to me like he was making an effort, whereas normally the guys, they just put a pair of boxers on, don't they? Come on, let's go into the hideaway. So I did think he was making an effort. He's probably his brain was probably going from the collar to behaving like a dog. But we saw this in maths. He just loves playing up, doesn't he? Like I say, mostly to the boys. The girls just happen to be there that he has a bit of fun with, but the gallery is the boys for him. You know what, Chris? I was thinking this week about, his party trick is the shoey. And I just don't fucking get it at all. I just really don't get it. So you're going to pour some perfectly good beer into a fucking rank shoe. Do you know how much bacteria and shit is in that shoe? And you're going to drink it all. And then you're going to squelch around the place for the rest of the night because it's fucking soaking wet through. I don't get it. Just down your fucking pint. Surely that's a party trick enough. There's a lad at college, Rory. He used to do that. Down about 4 pints. That was always the end of his night, but it was always entertaining. But I thought at least he made an effort. But Chris, can I just say, right? I don't think I'm rooting for fucking any of this lot. I don't like any of them really. I think Austin is okay actually, but apart from that, I just think there's such bellends all across the board. And can I I think I know where you would stand on this, but I mean, we get to the vote off thing, don't we? After the whole hideaway, and there's obviously different things that happen, but when we get to the three least popular people, Phoebe H loses out there, and Jordan decides, no, there's only a few days left, but I'm going to stay. Even though they were told by Sophie Monk that there is no one else coming in, there's no other bombshells coming in. No, I'm going to stay. What an absolute dick, Chris.
Well, I will say he's a fucking dick, Dave, because I've not liked Jordan for quite a while. I think he's a fake good guy, and for me, it absolutely exposed him for the game player that he is, Dave. He's not the only one, because like you, I'm not rooting for anybody. And even, like you say, maybe Austin, because he's not really done anything. He's not offended anyone. He seems quite level-headed. Don't like Claudia, but just getting slightly back to that. When she said to him, but I thought you'd want to come with me, he didn't have a clue. And that just shows that he's not interested in her and he's there for the duration. Well, he can't win it now, because he's not in a couple, so he's got to go. unless there's some sort of random recoupling. Well, there's nobody you can get with. So it just doesn't make any sense. It should have been, what they should have said was, Dave, and I completely agree, was whoever you're in a partnership with, whoever gets picked, both of you are gone. Because it made no sense. And Jordan, for me, is just a fucking snaky, mulleted German porn star fucker, Dave. And I'm sorry, he needs to fuck off with that shit mullet. It's absolutely a farce. And I was so pleased that he got exposed because he's played this fucking fake good guy this whole series where he's like grassing all the guys. I'm not saying some of the guys are absolute fucking bellends, complete bellends, but he's tried to play the girls. He's tried to play the guys. He's just been exposed. I don't think he's like malicious or nasty, but he's tried to play a game. And he's just in there for the career afterwards. And I think the reason, like you were saying about not liking everyone, I think I'm the same, is because this series especially has not had loads of drama because I think they're all really aware of where they can be at the end of the show. And that's why Jordan's staying. So I'm with you, Dave. When I saw that, I was loving it. I was like, oh, you have been exposed. And poor Phoebe H. He's like, oh, we'll be all right on the outside. I mean, the girls were saying, and to be fair, the girls were like going, why the fuck's he not gone? That's fucking disgraceful. So I'm looking forward to next week, Dave, hoping that they go after him because he deserves it, to be honest.
Well, I'm not sure how many more episodes we've got left. Is it 1 week? Or, it's middle of December next week, isn't it? So, I don't know. But he's definitely not got very long to go. And, the only thing that just bugs me is just Phoebe H has had all the signs that he's not interested. And she just seems to still be naively thinking, oh yeah, there's something there, he's not where I am right now, but we're working on it kind of thing. He's just not asked at all.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I hope they go after him as well, but I can't imagine he's not going to last too much longer, is he? But I mean, we talked about the whole vote and stuff, but this is like no series we've seen before, is it? Because there's no public vote. This is just the, behind closed doors, quote unquote, super fans.
Yeah.
It's like, what? What is that really? Is that like committee of 10 people or 50 people? What actually is it? So, it's a little bit weird for me. They've changed a few things this season. Chris, it feels to me, I hate to say it, like they're jumping the shark a little bit here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. I've not felt this series like I thought I would, Dave. We bigged it up. I bigged up the first series of the Aussie one to you, didn't like, oh, it's amazing. And then ever since you've watched the Aussie one, it's sort of been a bit lukewarm, hasn't it, really?
That first season was brilliant when it was just no holes barred. It was all going off, wasn't it? But it's never hit that height again. No, it hasn't.
And I think as well, you're right. The superfan thing's nonsense because who are these superfans, Dave? Maybe we're not in Australia, so maybe there's some sort of voting system. They don't really show it on what we can see.
No, but they say it's the superfans. It's not going out to a public vote.
It's fucking nonsense, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's absolute nonsense. I mean, you talk about like the things that they're doing, Dave. One person who has played this game to an absolute T, and he's there like a fucking bad fart under a fucking quilt, Dave, when you're in bed. Is fucking Stella. How has she stayed in this fucking series? She has gone. Yeah. She's got a body count of about fucking 8 guys, and she's still going strong. Poor Tack went on episode 21. She played him. She gets with him. She knows she's safe. Then goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm not feeling it. I think we should just be friends." Well, he's gone. Tack gets them fucking voted off, which was nonsense. And then obviously we get the new, we get the new bombshell, don't we? But Stella's just there again, and then she gets with Hugh, the new bombshell, and we'll talk about that Hugh and Madeline, his sister. But that was like so predictable. Stella's like, "Oh, it's great. Oh, I'm so happy you picked." And we're like, "Yeah, because this is another one that you're going to try." She's got to stay with him now, obviously, because no one else is coming in. But she has absolutely played a blinder, Dave. She's just been on Friend Island, and what a way to just go right to the last week.
Yeah, 100%. And thing is, Chris, I don't want to be all Roger Murtaugh about this, but I think I'm too old for this shit.
Because, well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why I say that in a minute. But
what expecting
can
that?
I just say, it is disturbing that old matey boy twin there has gone full on for Stella when she's a fucking dead ringer for
His sister.
sister. Does no one else see this? No one. No one sees this, that they're basically the same person. So, yeah, I was like, fucking hell, please just go with someone else. No. So, yeah, I agree on Stella. Just, again, a bit like Jordan, just fuck off now. You've had your time. It's a lovely holiday. I appreciate that. But you're not here. You're not going to find anyone. Just don't let the door at your ass on the way out.
No, and just one of the other things I wanted to talk about, Dave, and I agree with everything, we're totally on the same page, is the truth bite was in the first episode. And what annoyed me is, Jordan especially, this is what really put me off him even more, was he just saw that as a fucking excuse to be a knob. And he'd give Phoebe H loads of aggro and shit. And look, they're on a fucking postman's fucking shit bike with a thing. Why don't you lie? If you don't want to hurt the feelings, why do you have to? It's not like you're getting electrocuted and they're doing the lie detector test, and every time you lie, you get zapped to something. Why don't you just be like thingy with the truth? You don't have to be so harsh about it. It was like it was he wasn't the only one. There was a few doing it, and I just thought it was really harsh on Phoebe H. I was like, oh, you're a fucking cock. You know, there's no need for that. And she said he'd been intimate with me and everything. Why do that? And it's like, because he's been a bloke, unfortunately, and you know what I mean? It's sad, but yeah.
You know what pisses me off? It's this fucking dickhead kind of get out clause, which is, well, I'm just being honest. No, being honest is not being a fucking dick and brutal about it. Have some fucking tact, you cock. But yeah, he was a bell end in that fucking challenge, wasn't he? He just said everything in the most brutal way. It's just like, well, you know, you want me to be honest, you know, I'm just being honest. Fuck off. Yeah. There's a way of saying things, and you know, I just hate that fucking cliched get out, you know, well, I'm just going to be honest, you know. Fuck off. But I did appreciate Mitch 2, or Big Mitch, being put under pressure a bit. It's like, I think Al asked him, did you sleep with Emily more than once?
Well, it was very good, that. That leads me on to my next point, Dave. Mitch, Big Mitch, OG Mitch and Tina. I don't like this lad, you know. I think he's absolutely just completely gaslighting Tina. He's playing her, and, you know, he's come in there. We've got this story. You know, if he really loved her, why is it taking him to come in Love Island to do this? You know, I'm not saying it's all down to him. It's not. They've played the game before, but Tina is a wreck. She's an absolutely emotional wreck because of what he did. He cheated on her. He seems to think it's fucking funny. And then he gets arsey because she kisses Callum, who, I mean, I think Callum's an absolute knob anyway, but she kisses Callum and he kisses one of the girls, but it's a joke apparently. And he stood there in his grey fucking boxers with a fucking lob on, stood there talking to him, going, well, I think it's out of order, like trying to manipulate her and like real making her feel guilty. And I'm like, whoa. You've got no fucking thing, but it seemed to work, and I felt so sorry for Tina. I think that is the worst mistake she's made getting back with him. I know it's the love story everybody wants, but it's not what I'm seeing.
Well, by everybody, I assume you mean everybody but fucking me, Chris, because I am bored of the fucking Mitch and Tina show. We did the whole will they, won't they for the whole of fucking last season. You know, where he ended up coupling with someone else, and then it's like, will they, won't they get back together? And, you know, he left her for someone else, and then he came back, and it was like, oh, yeah, oh, you know what, and now he's sucked in as well. It's like, oh, maybe Mitch isn't a fuckboy. Now, fuck off. And this bullshit about, you know, sleeping with Emily on the first night or whatever, very soon. Bullshit, right? I just don't believe fucking any of it. And he is a good master manipulator. You can see it, because he was having the time of his fucking life before she came in. And it's a case of, you know, I can do what I want, but you know, I don't like seeing you do the same thing, you know, and that's what sort of switched him And so he's just decided to switch tactics, So he's going to go back to that. But Chris, out of everything, I think this is the biggest shark jump out of the lot. I think if they fucking go on to win it, I'm just like, you know what? I'm borderline done. I just, again, will they, won't they? Don't fucking care. Really don't care. Been there, done that. I like to see new arseholes come into this and behave in disrespectful ways and create drama, but not the fucking same story that we've already seen.
No, I know. You know what you sounded like, Dave, when we talked about the fucking Bachelor, and we've gone, I am out. No, I cannot go through this anymore.
Oh God, I miss it. Yeah. But they are fucking. It's ridiculous. Let the show stand on its own 2 feet. You don't need to bring people back. That's when shows are at their fucking end, Chris, when they start doing like like it's Family Ties or something, and they do the recap episode.
Yeah.
It's like that, and it's like, oh, we've got a special guest, Al from Maths, yay, Sound like Kermit then. I'm seething, Chris. By the way, I've just come back in from Christmas shopping, so I'm ready to kill someone, which is probably why I'm coming in hot for all this lot, this shower of bastards.
You know what, though, Dave? One of the guys who I don't like, I said it a few minutes ago, is Callum. I think he's a fucking idiot. And what I loved is when Tina was with him, all right, she kissed him, but he was sort of like talking to Mads, the new girl who's come in. But then he's like, I'm not being mugged off. And I'm like, I hate that anyway, because that's like a Towie, Geordie Shore term anyway. He's got no respect for women. He's like, no, you're getting a taste of your own medicine. You have been a little shit stirrer the minute you've come in there. And unfortunately, he's been one of the most interesting characters. I don't like him, but also he just says like loads of different things and stirs up the trouble, doesn't he? Like every game centers around him being a little shit. But I was sort of pleased with that. And then he gets with Maddie and he's like, this Mads, and he's like, oh yeah, she's more my type anyway. I'm like, oh, of course she is, mate. Of course she is. He's just there for the full-on experience. And he's not the only one. Stella is. Obviously, Jordan is now. That's been exposed. But it's just, like you say, I'm finding it so hard to just go, well, all right, I can go with this. Because he said Austin, Dave, I don't like Claudia one bit.
No.
Very pretty girl. But fuck me, this whole thing with Austin when they had this truth game, when they were throwing, not truth game, but this like dialogue.
Truth or Dare.
Truth or Dare, and they're throwing.
It was like the card, the quote game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
but
the Twitter
it all
one,
went
yeah.
back to this whole Truth or Dare game where he walked away, but apparently that wasn't the right thing to do because Mitch said he definitely wanted to stay.
Yeah, he's bollocks, innit? Because she didn't fucking let it go, did she? And then eventually, when she saw sense, it was like, you've gone so far. Austin's like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I just want an easy life. Like, what? When she sort of realised she was being unreasonable, he was like, but I just can't cope with this. Why are you doing this all the time? Like self-sabotaging. I didn't get it, Dave, at all. I just didn't get it. And I think maybe he's the only one who I would say I want to win. I think I agree with you completely.
I feel like, it sounds like we're both seeing it the same way, and Q 1-star review or something coming in who sees it maybe Claudia's way, but I definitely don't. She was put out, I thought. I didn't think she saw sense. I thought she was just put out because it was all, it was gossiping around the villa. She was, she was gunning for him. And she's spouting all this shit and he's fucking banged to rights. She's not even giving him the opportunity to defend himself just for this completely out of context quote. Thank you, producers. We fucking love it. But she's got no context. But when he's like, fuck this, he's already wound up. And she can sense that. And she's like, why are you getting angry? You've got to give me a chance to get angry first. I'm the one who should be angry. And that's what I thought was funny. It's like, no, you don't fucking like it, do you? He's just had enough. And, and the thing was, Phoebe, OG Phoebe, she was stirring the pot a bit as well, wasn't she? Because she went back and told Austin. And she said, Austin's down here and Mitch is up here. And she fucking says to Austin, Chris, like, oh, you've got no context for that. What? Like the original fucking quote that you're going off on one about? She's a fucking hypocrite, Chris. She's a bellend. She can also fuck off.
You need to fucking do this every time you go shopping, I think, Dave. You've come on fire today, my friend.
But they're all such bellends, aren't they? And I cannot root for Austin and Claudia either, because she's such a massive bellend. I said about the whole, what's his face who came in fleetingly and then buggered off last week?
Jason, was it?
That was it, Jason. And then, like, no one called her out on her bullshit. It's like, oh, everyone cheats on me. No, they fucking don't. You're just full of shit. It's just bollocks, all of it. So I'm not rooting for them either, Chris.
Well, the fucking Mr. Grinch over there, I will say. To finish off the Truth or Dare game, one of the things that I did like was when fucking Jess got exposed. Because when Maddie came in, she was there, the bombshell.
I don't know how much fume I've got left, but go on.
When she said, I'm a 10 out of 10 and she's a 5 out of 10. And then when she got exposed, she's like, it's just my sense of humour, And I'm like, fuck off, you were being... I mean, she did say, I was just wound up, and then tried to backtrack, and that man's like, we'll have a chat later. And she was like joking about it, but I'm like, Jess, come on. I know it was sort of tongue-in-cheek, but... there wasn't anything going on. And that Jess again, Dave, she's so childish. I mean, in the week she was saying the guys were, you're trying to make me look like I'm a psycho. She went off. She kicked off.
Jesus Christ.
I know, it was like so dramatic. I'm not saying that they weren't pushing the buttons, but they weren't doing anything. I just didn't think there was a lot to see there. And I thought she just got exposed, for being a bit of a dick. And then she thought, fuck it, I'm going on the offensive like most people do. And she was like, right, that's it. And even the girls said, there's no reasoning with her when she goes like that. There's no reason. Yeah. And then she did calm down, and that'll come with age and experience. That'll hopefully, it'll go out of her, and she'll realise the signs when she's being unreasonable, because she's very, very child. I mean, I'm fucking hell. She's with the right person in now, but she's very childish.
She was like 26 or something, though, wasn't she? What? Is that Al? I thought she was a bit older.
Al's young.
I know she looks like a small child, but
That sounds so wrong.
But she fucking does, doesn't she? No, she's fucking 26 here.
Oh my God.
So it's like, Al looks like the most mature in that couple, which fucking says something. That is a low bar, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, she was going off on one, and you're totally right. I mean, sometimes when people say a joke, it's like, haha, yeah, I was just joking. Yeah, no, you weren't. So, yeah, saying, I'm a 10 out. Who fucking says that, Chris?
I know.
I'm a 10 out of 10 and she's a 5 out of 10. Fucking hell.
It's just wrong, isn't it? It's just wrong. Yeah. But anyway, Dave, we've had a couple of emails. So first one's this series. So we've had a couple off Jason, our good friend, and he may be disagreeing with us on these. So he's put Tina and Mitch as the subtitle. I think you guys have been a little too harsh on Mitch, but that's just my opinion. I'm rooting very hard for them together, despite his massive screw up with Emily. Yeah, he laughs a lot and smiles a lot, but I think it's just because he has everything going for him. I mean, you have a body like that, good chat, and girls are flocking all over you. Why wouldn't you life seem absolutely perfect to you and you wouldn't smile? Anyways, the Emily thing was definitely bad. I'm not sure if there was a crossover or not. Tina has said there wasn't. However, I think they've brought genuine emotions to the show this year after all the fake garbage with the rest of the cast. Other than Austin, there's really no one genuine on the show, in my opinion. Well, Dave, you got that right. Definitely, Jason. Seeing Tina and Mitch at least made me smile and feel something. Real life and love is messy, and I think Mitch is still young and was even younger when he fell in love with Tina. I think he's learned a lesson with Emily, and I'm hoping he's now in a better state of mind to start a good relationship with Tina. Either way, it's clear the feelings are still there on both sides. It's just quite fascinating from a psychological and emotional standpoint. On a final note, I don't know how Stella is still in the villa. So he's not far off, really, what you're saying. Good email, like Jason.
I think maybe that's in response. I was saying he had a shit-eating grin, as I like to say. Yeah, I don't know, Chris. I'm just so fucking out on this couple. I can see why other people might not be, But we like to fool ourselves that they go on this real journey of discovery, don't we? They either find love or discover lots of things about themselves, and it changes them as a person. The only thing it changes is their fucking bank account. That's it. And social media followers. That's the only thing. It's not as if Mitch went to last season,
Yeah.
as this massive fuckboy, and he was messing about a bit at first, and then he really discovered himself because he's big softy inside, and we all fucking drink the Kool-Aid, we all believe it, and then here we are again next year trying to drink the same fucking shit. So that's why I'm just out on this couple. Don't care. I'll be fucking irritated if they win.
Right, well.
But let's face it, they've got a good chance, haven't they? Because the rest of the couples are so fucking shit.
Yeah.
They're in with a shout.
I don't think they're in with a shout. I think they're going to win. Double winners, Dave. It's ridiculous that they're back a year after anyway, like we said last week. It's fucking nonsense.
Meme to jump out the fucking window.
Well, don't do it fucking physically. Just send it me. So anyway, Dave, Jason's second email is, Jordan is a dick. As Chris would say, Jordan, my friend, you're an absolute wanker. This guy's psychotic. The way you use Phoebe hates actually makes me sick to my stomach. And don't get me wrong, Phoebe comes across so stupid and clueless, but at the end of the day, she's only 21, and Jordan is a little bit older. I can't remember his exact age, but I think he's high 20s. Even when the girls were telling Phoebe how terrible Jordan was after her dumping, she still refused to lay into him, which speaks volumes on how inexperienced or damaged you are when it comes to relationships. Mitch and original Phoebe are so fake, not buying it from either side. She wants a holiday and knows deep down he's a footballer that probably isn't going to change. But she's convinced herself that if she plays the storyline out and sticks to the script, the public will be fooled and they'll somehow win. The most popular vote that saw Phoebe hates leave proves how unpopular OG Mitch, so she's chosen the wrong horse there. Which brings me to my winners at the first ever repeats, Tina and Mitch. I can't get enough of these two and their love story, because perhaps it will end in tragedy again, but I'm praying that Mitch is more educated and has worked out all his hormone issues and insecurities about relationship. Tina deserves so much, and I felt for her when she was trying to figure out if she should give him a second chance. I can't see any other couple winning. The rest are just too fake. Mitch and Phoebe, too boring. Twins, Callum, Stella, and also Al and Jesse were just too toxic. Ready for Winter Love Island UK to return, Jason. Don't do that to me. They're definitely going to kill me. I hope they give us a great cast. There's Sean and Sophie, Paige, Finn, Connor with a G, Callum, Shanice, Rebecca, and the Luke's edits last time. So thanks a lot, Jason. Jason, why did you ruin that email when to Winter Love Island? It's all going well. I need a few weeks to coax Dave back in. Don't do that to me. One thing I will say, Dave, we haven't touched on it. I just saw it on Facebook, which is brilliant. Chris and Dave's reality TV cast, guys. Get over there as well if you want to join us on the group. Someone said, I was thinking of like us when they did fucking the Mitch and Phoebe fucking boyfriend-girlfriend thing.
Oh
my God. Was I fucking fast-forwarding that shit? It was, and then the commentator guy went, it's one of the greatest things you've seen. Like, fuck off. It's fucking, Dave, my toes are curling. They're curling that much. I've gone from a size 9 to a fucking 6 permanently. It's fucking ridiculous.
I have to say, that fucking boyfriend and girlfriend thing wound me up more than all of the previous ones put together, and I don't quite know why, but it was just so fucking horrendous, like you say, on double speed there, to get past that shit.
It's ridiculous. You stand in the corner with your leg in the air. Right, now spin round
she
3
was
times.
Literally, I mean, she's moaning about Mitch being a fuckboy, which he is. And he will be when he goes back out. But then also you've got her like fucking, drooling over Big Mitch. And then it's like, we're supposed to believe that this is a fucking fairy tale, coming together. It's just rubbish.
You have been on it today. I love it. So the next one's from our good friend Sarah, and it says, Love Island dress code. I'm in the US, so I've just started watching Love Island Australia season 4, and I'm catching up on podcast episodes. In regard to Chrissy's rant about too many bare asses on screen, I don't really have a problem with the bikinis. Maybe I've become desensitized until the family visit episode. I cringe every time I have to watch a young woman hugging her dad while wearing a thong bikini. I didn't ever thought of that, but that's such a good point, Sarah. Can't they at least put a sarong on or wrap of some kind? There should be a policy that once the first couples gets the text letting them know their families are at the villa, everyone, guys too, need to go in that villa and put some damn clothes on, as spoken by, like we would say, it's definitely our audience. I love that, Sarah. I know the families have already seen their sons and daughters half naked on TV, but do they really have to sit across from them, awkwardly averting their eyes from their child's partner's near nudity? Love the podcast, guys. P.S. At least the Aussies are keeping things fair and equal by showing plenty of male arses at the outdoor shower. Yeah, I was quite surprised by that, Dave. There's some very good bottoms there, Dave, I will say.
What is with the outdoor shower?
I don't know, but it's obviously for the ratings, but they wouldn't do that in the UK, would they?
I don't think so, no. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
Dave, let's be honest. There's no way that my spotty fucking backside and my fucking shrimp dick is even being shown on fucking national TV. It'll be very cold if I was out there. So let's not.
But there is one indoors, isn't there? Because when the girls were gossiping, you could see Al was in the indoor shower. So they do have a choice to shower indoors. But people like Callum, he just fucking loves it, doesn't he? He loves the attention. So he's just in the outdoor shower, fucking. Get him right in there.
Fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's fucking it is some fair play. Fair play, she's right. But Dave, have you got anything else before I wrap everything up? Because you have been on fire today, my friend.
I just thought, I think it's ending. I'm pretty sure it might even be next week. There aren't many episodes left. There's no Casa Amor, no couples that I care about. Jettison them all into the fucking sun, Chris.
Fair enough, Dave. Fair enough. So,
not really.
Massive thank you to everyone today. Great emails from Jason, Sarah. Thank you, guys. And everyone over on Facebook. It's some great chat about this series. It really has been good fun. And they can tell our trigger points, Dave, now, because they all listen to us. They know that you were hating every moment of it, but they were loving it, and we were sat there going, oh, my God, so... Brilliant stuff. If you want to email us, guys, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @cdrealitycast. And also, if you want to go to patreon.com/cdrealitycast, please get over there if you want to support us a little bit more. We appreciate everyone who supported us past and present. So today's roll call of honour is Kent Gustafson, Lucky Green, Lauren, Hennessy, Susan, Priscilla, Dee Kate, Katie, Libby, Joanna, Jacqueline, Brianna, Helen, Keith, Michelle, Gillian, Zoe, Kristen, Maggie, Annabeth, Kate, Megan, and Cassie. So thank you so much, guys, for all your support. It's so good here. And Christmas is upon us, Dave. So our present will be that this show will finish just in time for us to wipe the slate clean for next year.
Yep. Okay. Isn't there a fucking Bachelor starting? I have to say, like I say, I think this series is jumping the shark. Too Hot to Handle's just dropped on Netflix, hasn't it? There must be something else. I have to say, Chris, I'm not looking forward to Winter Love Island at all. Well, I just think they've done the format to death. It is a cordial drink version, I think, now of Love Island of what it used to be.
Well, Dave, well. You may have seen this, and people who are listening may not have. However, we're going to be back next week doing another podcast, Dave. And it's not about Love Island, because on Sunday and I don't think it's just one part, the Married at First Sight reunion, Sunday night, 9:00. It is on, my friend. However, they have got some of the people from the previous series, like Nikita and that, so I don't know how it's going to play out, but it kicks off royally by the looks of it, David. Now, you've gone very silent. I'm quite worried about that reaction, but...
All right, I'm back. You fucking see you next Tuesday. Just when I think I'm out, you pull me back in.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just throwing it out there,
I'm fucking all over that. I love maths, so yeah, definitely. Yeah. Can't bloody wait for that one.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Well, have a good weekend, and please get over this day, because you've been great to listen to. I absolutely loved it. It's usually me ranting, so it's been a bit of a breath of fresh air for both of us. So, yeah, excellent stuff, and I'll see you next time.
Bye now.